everyone, and welcome back to r/Fatlogic. My week started out pretty good, and then it fucking went into a goddamn dumpster fire. Mostly the amount of it was a classroom management frustration fucking galore. Because this child, and I'm gonna keep things somewhat vague because it's important that I protect my students' privacy. But there was a child that had the gall to contact the people. I say contact. They're in the school, but the people that are supervising me while I'm student teaching, he complained to them because that I was disrespectful to him for telling him to stop talking and stay in his seat during my lesson. And that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg for what I got to deal with this week. Oh, God! I tried very hard to be understanding of where my students are because I understand that children come from a variety of circumstances and from a variety of households where they might have more support or less support. But this kid was trying for me, and I struggled with it this week. So, oh my God, it was just such a difficult week for classroom management. Oh my God, it hurts. And now I'm heading into a week where I lose the built-in plan time that I have at the school, so I get to do plan time when I get home after a full day of work. This is so hard. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Enough of my complaining. Let's look at r/Fatlogic. To my fellow fats. Speaking on acknowledging our internalized ableism and fat phobia, have any of you in a public space found yourself monitoring your breathing so that the people around you would not judge you for breathing heavily or being out of breath? Honey, if you are monitoring your breathing, that's not internalized ableism. That's you recognizing that people are going to associate your heavy breathing with your size, which depending on how big you are, I can't say that because the asthma is a thing that can happen, and allergies can make you short of breath. I hate fucking allergy season. If I don't have my allergy meds, I am a mouth breather, and it's awful. But since you're connecting this to fat phobia, I'm going to assume that this is most likely related to your weight. And that's a sign that your body is overstressed and overtaxed and you need to make an effort to lose weight. This isn't internalized ableism and fat phobia. That's not what this is. You breathing heavy is a natural consequence for your choices. And if you find yourself monitoring that, then you're kind of, whether you want to acknowledge it to yourself or not, you are insecure about how people perceive you, most likely because of your size. And you can take one of two roads. You can realize that perhaps your eating or exercise habits are not where they should be and work to fix them, and people can just kind of leave you alone because you're working on it. Or you can say fuck people anyway, but your situation's only going to get worse. So, I mean, it's up to you. A very consistent ED trigger for me, people putting their pets on diets and sharing the ways those pets are suffering with restriction. I hate how many people just transplant their own shitty fat hate onto other animals, generally for the same reasons they fat hate themselves and other humans. It's not fat hate. It's love for their fucking pets. Alright? My dog puts on weight because she always puts on weight during the winter because I can't take her for as many walks. Alright? She has bad hips that don't do well in the cold, and so there's this kind of constant tug of war that I'm playing where I'm trying to get my family members who I live with to not feed her so much during the winter because she's not getting as much exercise. So she's a little chunky right now, and I'm working on fixing that. You know why? Because she has fucking hip issues. She has hip issues, and she's could get hip dysplasia especially because of her breed. My little Lily needs to stay below a certain weight so she can fucking walk. If you don't like that, or if you find that triggering, fine, what the fuck ever, then just stay the fuck away from fucking r/d chonkers then. Or, I think there's a way on Instagram that you can, like, filter out hashtags. Whatever they're using, like, I don't know which social media you're referring to, and they're, like, sharing the ways they're, because if you're saying they're sharing the ways their pets are suffering with restriction, which they're not. Especially not if they are replacing food with a fun activity that the dog enjoys. My dog loves running through grass. We're going to the park more now, so she can run through grass because she lives for it. Alright? Dogs are happier when they're not severely overweight. Dogs are happier when they can move easily. Alright? Not just because your dog wags its tail and is happy to get some treats doesn't mean that you should give it as many treats as it can fucking eat. Alright? It's, oh my god. There's reasons that people put their dogs on diets, their pets on diets, and it's for the benefit of the animal. What to say to your child when someone tells them chocolate is unhealthy? Age 3 to 5. Some foods do a lot of things in our bodies. Some foods do a few things. Some types of chocolate do a lot of things. Some do a few things. Age 6 to 11. Unhealthy is an interesting word. I wonder what that means. Is this chocolate sick? Will it make us sick? If we only ate it, would it be healthy or unhealthy? What if we only ate broccoli? Age 12. What makes a food healthy or unhealthy? Who gets to decide whether a food is unhealthy? How do food companies make people want to buy foods? I don't actually like the way number 12 is phrased at fucking all. We're gonna get there, but first I want to go over age 3 to 5 because I actually work with a number of 5-year-olds. This is too vague for them. They're not going to understand this at all. Who wrote this? Some types of chocolate do a lot of things, some do a few things. What the fuck does that even mean? They might be satisfied with that for like a little while, but they're going to come back to this question. I guarantee it. That's part of the reason why we say some foods. I think there's been a shift a little bit away from calling foods healthy or unhealthy, and there's like foods to eat regularly and then foods to save for special occasions, and chocolate falls into that one. Let's see, unhealthy is an interesting word. Is the chocolate sick? This is fucking stupid, and you're gonna confuse the fucking kids. Will it make us sick? They're gonna be like, you're gonna confuse them and make them paranoid over fucking food everywhere. What if we only ate? Returning a child's question with more questions, unless you are specifically leading them somewhere, which I think that's what they're trying to do with this, but they're not doing it well. This is also not a good fucking thing to do. But this one fucking pisses me off. And thankfully, the kids do go over advertisements I think, because 12, you start to get into middle school. So in middle school curriculum, the kids do start to go over advertisements and how companies try to get you to buy stuff. But what I don't like is that what the fat activist is clearly leading towards is that by using words like healthy and unhealthy, it's strictly to try to get you to buy the food. When that is not the fucking case. And if you want to go that fucking route, let's take a look at all the fucking children's cereal. Let's take a look at Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops. Alright, the big bright colors. M&M's? How about fucking that? But no, you're gonna... I know with the way this is focused, it's gonna be, they use healthy to make you think that you should eat it. But really, all food is equally good for you, and that's some fucking bullshit. It's some fucking bullshit. And I don't have patience for this shit today. I don't have any fucking patience for this shit today. I don't have patience for this fucking stupidity today. I don't have... Oh my god, this is not... Okay. This is a way to fuck up your child's eating habits for a good portion of their life. Please. They're already gonna automatically reach for candy and sugar because it's candy and fucking sugar, obviously. At least making them aware of the choices that they're making. It's not necessarily gonna stop them. They're still probably gonna eat far too much fucking sugar. But at least if they realize that they don't feel very good, then their first thought, or maybe their second thought, might be, I'm probably eating too much junk food. Like, eventually they will get there. But with this shit, you are delaying that, and this is why we have a fucking obesity epidemic that will not fucking stop. Because you try to push this shit on children. I'm fat, but I don't like fat people. The right to choose who we sleep with. If he doesn't give you a chance because you're fat, he doesn't deserve it. Very much love the double standard here. And I think it speaks very much to the overall actual mentality of the fat acceptance movement. It's all for me, but not for thee. This is all about the fat acceptance movement. I mean, we've seen this with plenty of fat acceptance and fat liberation people. But everything is about how they are victimized, and they can't possibly victimize someone else. I've seen a couple of different mental gymnastics to get there, especially for, like, women when they don't want to date fat men. The primary argument I've seen is that women naturally put on weight more easily than men. And therefore, for a woman, it's genetic, but for a man, it's laziness, which is just some fucking bullshit. Don't get me wrong, especially for women of childbearing years, a little bit of weight. That's why women for the healthy range is a little bit more weight to height on the BMI than it is for men. And for, like, body fat percentages, if we're going by body fat percentages, it's a little more on women than it is on men. And that's for just general health. So that there's, like, a little snip of truth to that, a little nugget of truth to that, but then it's taken to, like, the nth degree. But I find it interesting, though, that it's always like, you should accept me and find me attractive, but I don't have to find other fat people attractive because they'll somehow change it around, like, oh, because I'm fat, I have to date fat people. When in reality, it's just people calling them out on their fucking bullshit. And, oh, let's see, we can read a little bit. There's a couple of things in bold, so let's see what that says. What a fat man I already am, and I don't like fat uncles. How you stay. What? I do not like or use more creams than me, more cleavage than me, or make me the competition eating. Period. I don't like super muscular gym guys either. Oh, okay. Okay, so no, this is a woman. Well, or gay man. but what a fat man I already am, and I don't like fat uncles. How you stay. I still don't fucking understand what that's supposed to fucking mean. I don't like super muscular gym guys either, but my fat limit is in a Seth Rogen. Something like that. Besides, I find it super complicated to find sexual positions in which our Lorzas do not collide. What the fuck is a Lorza? And I think that sex is a fucking mess between fat people. Or at least that's my experience. And perhaps you should lose weight as well. But this is so fucking poorly written. I don't understand half of what's being fucking said. Okay. So, a friend told me the other day that every time she meets a boy through Tinder or some social network, she feels the need to warn her that she is chubby. And I say, Ita? Because my friend is a beauty of size 42, 44, and that is neither fat nor nah. And that he feels that way because it has already happened to him several times. So that when they see her, many reject her. This is some fucking... am I just having a stroke? Am I having a stroke? I don't fucking understand anything that's being said here. My head hurts. I don't understand. Okay. I do also find it interesting that these are written 3 years apart. And I feel like there's a point to be made there. But I'm still confused by what's actually written here. Oh, because it's a translation. Okay, mystery solved. It is, in fact, a Spanish website. And it was just, so that explains that. Why these don't make sense. Okay. I completely lost my train of thought because I was so distracted by those. So we're going to just move on. So this is our last one today, and I think it's the juiciest of the drama that's going on right now in the fat acceptance community. So, and this is specifically for Lindo Bacon X. So I will tag them directly. You need to commit to disconnecting from all the means by which you've leveraged your professional power over marginalized people. This entails several steps. ASDAH, which I actually had to look up because I didn't know what the fuck that was. But what it is Association for Size Diversity and Health. Should enforce appropriate separation or distance from Lindo and treat them with the same power and decision-making / publicity capacity it affords all of its other members. Lindo shouldn't be able to use ASDAH as an extension of their fan club or emailing list. I'm also demanding that Lindo Bacon X dissolve whatever legal or material means they've utilized to silence any former collaborators, like ghostwriters if applicable, so that people that have been harmed by them can disclose if they wish without legal threats. So I highly suspect that this is them having an issue with Lindo Bacon being a person of like average size and like getting all butthurt over it. But what I love is that the Association for Size Diversity and Health is committed to the practice of health at every size, which fucking Lindo Bacon wrote. Like, I think there was maybe a partner in there too, but that's fucking it. But because in their fucking minds, because they have to be victimized no matter fucking what, Lindo Bacon couldn't possibly have been one of the major contributors to the actual health at every size book? No. It had to be ghostwriters, and apparently they've been silencing. Granted, I don't fucking know what's going on in the fat liberation sphere, so perhaps there's some truth to that, but I find it interesting right here. You need to commit to disconnecting from all of the means by which you've leveraged your professional power over marginalized people. But they're referencing something that focuses on health at every size, which was a book that Lindo fucking wrote. So, I actually have that book next to me. And I don't think it's going to be this week, but I think it might be next week or the week after that we will see that on my nominees list for our summer reading group. But yeah, I just want to leave you with a little interpersonal conflict in the fat liberation sphere. And quite frankly, I think the fact that they are attacking one of the people that created the basis of one of their movements, like it was a core text for a while, shows that they are going to eat themselves. That actually, the pun was not intended. I was gonna say they're gonna like eat themselves like socially, and then I remembered that was actually kind of funny. They're gonna the metaphor I was going for was that they are going to eat each other into obscurity, and I was just trying to make a point that they are gonna fight each other to the point where they're so fragmented it doesn't matter anymore. But you guys get what I mean. That wasn't intentional. I swear to God, it wasn't intentional. But yeah, so we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my rants. And a quick note on my weight loss. I maintained this week, and I'm okay with it because I'm having a hard time right now with what I'm trying to achieve. And you guys, these videos are my outlets at the end of the week. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.